Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, it's crazy how we went a couple weeks without not getting too many good fights, or not too many fights at all, and then all of a sudden we get an overload of great fights all in one day. And it all tops off with Terence Crawford putting in another great performance against previously should have been undefeated Felix Diaz. And I say should have been because a lot of people believe that he beat Lamont Peterson. This was another terrific performance by Terence Crawford. You know, it's funny how Terence Crawford, he always starts off slow, and he starts off looking like he has a couple of flaws. Like in this fight, the first thing I noticed was Terence Crawford, he would lean back away from those hooks that Felix Diaz was throwing, and those hooks was getting real close to landing. Matter of fact, they weren't getting close. They were actually landing earlier on in the fight. And I was like, man, this is really dangerous the way he's pulling back. He could easily get caught, get clipped, and get knocked out in a fight like this. And probably up until around the 7th round, Felix Diaz, he looked very dangerous with those overhand rights and those hooks. But this is what separates Terence Crawford and makes him such a special fighter, because he will adapt and he will adjust to any style in the ring. And that's exactly what he did. After around the 4th round, he no longer got caught with those leaping hooks and overhand rights, and he started to pick Felix Diaz apart. He was chopping him down with uppercuts. Terence Crawford was able to hit Diaz with an uppercut almost whenever he wanted to, at will. Speaking of will, something else that was so impressive, as good as Felix Diaz is, as aggressive as he is, for the first time, someone took Felix Diaz's will away from him. Felix Diaz, after around the 7th, 8th round, he was in survival mode. And you never seen this from Felix Diaz. You look at the Felix Diaz against Lamont Peterson, against Sammy Vasquez. He was an animal in there. Not only did Terence Crawford win every single round, but he took this man's heart, he took his will, he took his confidence away. By the 8th round, Felix Diaz was in there looking like Julio Cesar Chavez against Canelo, just trying to survive. He got hurt a couple times with body shots. I think he got hurt with an uppercut. You know, Terence Crawford is an animal, man. Terence Crawford is a very, very gifted fighter. Like I said, them uppercuts were vicious, body shots. You know, he's very strong. He has a lot of power. He can fight you on the inside. He can fight you on the outside. And he gets better and better as the rounds progress. So he's going to be a problem. You know, he's talking about fighting Ndongo next. He also called out Keith Thurman, which would be another great fight. That would be a mega fight, actually. The undefeated Terence Crawford versus the undefeated Keith Thurman. That would be huge. That would be huge. So this was another great win by Terence Crawford, man. We'll talk more about this. Tune in to the radio show tomorrow. We'll be talking about all of these great fights we had this weekend. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation. Woo! Hey. Yeah.